Hello everyone, it's your favorite talking eggplant here, and today we're playing part 7 of Blackberry Honey. So let's jump right in. Lorena didn't doubt that she would never see Miss Ebi-hime again. Who would continue to subject themselves to Lady Constance's abuse if they had a choice? It was unthinkable. So Lorena didn't think about it. But what of Lady Constance? Lorena glanced down the hallway. Lady Constance was still standing in the entrance of the drawing room. Her face a pale death mask. Her lips were drawn together in a firm line, but her chest was rising and falling raggedly from exertion. "Why are you here, maid?" "Oh, I just happened to be passing." "And you just happened to be eavesdropping, did you?" "Forgive me, miss, you were being rather loud." "Whatever." Lady Constance turned her nose up in the air. "The story is bound to get out eventually. I may believe. I always knew she would. And then you and the other maids will have some nice, juicy gossip to share amongst yourselves. I know how much you love gossip." Lady Constance's tone was so pointed, Lorena almost found herself feeling guilty. Almost. She had nothing to feel guilty about after all. She wasn't the one who had nearly reduced Miss Ebi-hime, sweet, innocent Miss Ebi-hime, who had sympathized with Lady Constance and offered Lorena biscuits, to tears. "You know, you really shouldn't behave like that." "Oh?" Lady Constance's eyes flashed dangerously. Her little hands clenched into fists. "What was that, maid?" "I said you shouldn't behave like that. It's improper." "And what gives you the right to lecture me?" "It isn't a matter of rights. All I know is, I was raised to respect my elders. You might be a lady." Lorena spat the word out with no small amount of malice. "But the fact remains that you are still a child. You had no reason to speak to Miss Ebi-hime like that. None at all." "I see. So you think this is my fault?" "I can't see who else to blame. You were the one shrieking like a banshee." "Oh, of course. That's so typical. You don't ask for my side of the story, but you've already started assigning blame." "Lady Constance, don't call me that. I know you don't mean it. You don't respect me. You..." Lady Constance stabbed a finger in Lorena's direction. Her blonde hair fluttered about her shoulders like a shroud. "None of you respect me. Not the cook, or the maids, or my governess." "How is Miss Ebi-hime disrespecting you?" "She has always treated me with disrespect. She tries to act nice, as though she is my friend. 'Are you all right, mademoiselle? Is something the matter?' But she has no interest in getting to know me. She just wants her wages at the end of the day, like everybody else. You're all disgusting, every last one of you. I thought you might not be so bad, but..." Lady Constance shook her head. "You still take her side. You believe her word over mine, even though I'm a lady. Well, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all of you. Just disappear." And with that, Lady Constance drew back her right hand and smacked her palm against a vase resting on a nearby pedestal. Not just any vase. An expensive vase. All the decorations in the Leonard's household were expensive, almost tastelessly so, as Lorena had caused to ponder on more than one occasion. This vase, however, was worth more than most. It was one of Lady Leonard's personal favorites, and depicted the love affair of Cupid and Psyche. And all Lorena could do was stare. Slowly, very slowly, as if time had come to a crawl, the vase fell through the air and shattered against the carpet. It shattered in dozens, hundreds, thousands of pieces, or more. It was impossible to count. The mere thought of trying made Lorena feel dizzy. She'd never been very good at mathematics. Me too. Neither was she good at reining in her own emotions, which threatened to explode. You... She turned on Lady Constance, her eyes narrowed. How could you do something like that? I don't know what you're talking about. But the vase. Yes, the vase. One of Mother's favorites. A gift Father brought back home from Italy. Lady Constance ran a hand through her hair casually, without a care in the world. It was the same hand, Lorena noted, she had used to push the vase off its plinth into its early grave. Not that ceramics had graveyards. You will be in a lot of trouble when she finds out, maid. What are you talking about? Well, you're the one who broke it, aren't you? Lorena's mouth parted into a small O of unabashed shock. She could hardly believe her ears. How could Lady Constance stand there, now so cool and composed, and accuse Lorena of a crime she had committed? It would have been a different matter if Lady Constance had been more sneaky about it, but this was so blatant. The deep injustice of the situation stung Lorena's pride even more acutely than the thorns from the roses had. How can you accuse me of something I haven't done? Very easily. Would you like to see? No, you can't. Didn't your mother ever tell you not to tell lies? Perhaps. But Mother will believe whatever I tell her. Lorena didn't doubt that. Lady Leonard had always been a doting mother, to Lady Constance's detriment. Why else would she allow her hellion of a daughter to cycle through governesses so rapidly, even quicker than the changing leaves? You broke it. That's what I'll tell her. Maybe it was an accident. You were cleaning and you happened to trip and stumble, but it was all still your fault. All your fault. An unpleasant smirk split across Lady Constance's lips. And here I thought the conversation we had with her, like literally last night, was gonna get our relationship somewhere. I wonder what she'll say. How could you? Yes, I think she might say something to that effect. Why, you little... Oh dear, what seems to have happened here? Lady Constance's back straightened. She looked at Taohua anxiously from beneath her fringe, with a contrite expression Lorena had never seen her wear before. Could it be... Was Lady Constance, of all people, afraid? My, what a mess. Taohua picked her way across the carpet carefully, holding her skirts in her hands, as she took care not to place her feet on any stray shards of ceramic. It appears that somebody has broken a vase, and, oh dear, it was the one depicting Cupid and Psyche, wasn't it? I was rather fond of that vase. Mother was fond of it too, until this useless maid broke it. I did no such thing. Lori, please. I appreciate that you are upset, but there are better ways to settle this. It isn't very ladylike to engage in petty squabbling, is it? It isn't petty. That vase was expensive. Then why did you push it over? I didn't push it over. You broke it. But I saw you do it. All right, you two. Fighting won't get us anywhere. Let's take a moment to calm ourselves, shall we? You're just a maid. What do you know? I may be just a maid, as you so eloquently put it, but that is why I cannot let this be. I only want the best for you, Lady Constance. While I appreciate that you are upset over the destruction of an expensive family heirloom, you can't take your anger out on your staff. A true lady would try to get her maids to respect her, not fear her. That was what Taohua said. And she said it so smoothly, too, that Lorena felt herself being drawn in. It was impossible to resist. Not even Lady Constance can stand her ground against Taohua. Well, you might be right. I know. I often am. It's one of the many perks of being me. Now, I don't know what happened, or how the vase came to be broken, so I will not assign any blame. It would be in our best interests, however, if we cleaned it up. I wouldn't want anybody to hurt themselves. Lori, would you be a dear and fetch me a dustpan and brush? Surely you're not going to clean it up yourself? Of course. Being a maid, that's my job. But this isn't your fault. And, as I already told you, I don't care whose fault it is. It's much more important that we resolve this issue. Chop chop. Taohua clapped her hands together with each successive chop chop. Lorena nodded. Fine. So saying, trying to quell the evident gratitude in her voice, Lorena exited the hallway. Ah, thank you, my little Lori. Don't mention it. Taohua pondered, examining the broken vase critically. Even if I sweep up the evidence, I won't be able to hide this from Lady Leonard. I can't imagine she'll be pleased to hear about this, no matter what I tell her. Mother loved that vase. She'll be very upset. I can imagine. Well, I suppose I could always tell her that I broke it. Today was a day for surprises, evidently, and not just little shocks on par with unexpected raindrops against the nape of the neck. What does that mean? This was more akin to being hit by a bolt of lightning. But you didn't break it? Exactly, it's ridiculous. Are you trying to be some sort of saint? Like Lottie's beloved Saint Verena, perhaps? No, Lorena couldn't see it. No matter how she examined Taohua, she couldn't detect the slightest slither of saintliness about her. I know I didn't, but as there's no way of telling who the fault of the broken vase lies with, it would be immoral to assign any blame. But it would be even more immoral to blame somebody who wasn't there to begin with. I don't mind. It doesn't bother me. It will bother Lady Leonard. So it may, and I will certainly be in disgrace for it, but I doubt it would disrupt my current position. You might be easy to replace, my little Lori, but I am not. It was true, too. Taohua was not easy to replace. Lorena had never seen a more exotic woman before. Okay. I don't think that's what she means. But okay. Much like the vase, she was a quaint curiosity from a foreign land, except she would not break quite as easily. As for you, Lady Constance, you should probably take your leave. It is dangerous for you to linger here with a broken china strewn across the carpet. Like you need to tell me. I don't want to spend time with you anyway. Bye. Lady Constance turned her nose up in the air and stalked off, proud as a cat. Taohua watched the little girl as she left, her head tilted to one side. What a charming girl. Are you being sarcastic? She can be quite a handful, it is true. It's far worse than that. Lady Leonard spoils her. I'm sure she means well by it, but loving somebody too much can be poison. Taohua shook her head. I hate selfish little girls like that. There's her angry face again. Though Taohua's voice remained light and unaffected, there was a bite to her words Lorena hadn't heard before, It was almost startling. Hate is quite a strong word, don't you think? Are you lecturing me, Lori? No, not at all. I don't like Lady Constance either. I can't stand her, it's just... I didn't know you cared about people enough to hate them. You think I am that detached from my fellow man? Yes. How cruel. Your impression of me must be frightful. She's made it very clear she doesn't like you. You don't do much to dispel it. And after I did you such a favor, too. I could have walked on by and it would have made no difference to me. Why did you help? I didn't ask for it. I suppose I stepped in because I dislike the way Lady Constance carries on, and I wanted to teach her a lesson. Somebody has to, if her mother won't. That's facts. Oh, I see. Lorena sighed, deflated, though she didn't know why. Because I bet Lori was hoping Taohua would say something like, because Taohua wanted to help her or something. What had she been hoping for anyway? Taohua's response made perfect sense. It would have been odder if her actions had been inspired by any other sort of motivation, surely. I think we all know what you want, Lorena. What you wish, she said. And yet, this was not the first time Taohua had come to her aid. There was the thorn, and then the fireplace, and now the vase. Was there a deeper meaning behind it? Or had Taohua simply been stricken with a sudden fit of whimsy? Maybe she had merely been trying to teach Lady Constance a lesson. Lorena herself often wanted to display Lady Constance, but she knew she wouldn't be able to get very far. I don't know why she listens to you. She never listens to me. Because you, my little Lori, are not particularly frightening. And you are? Oh, I'm dreadful. Taohua curled her fingers into claws and Lorena laughed. She couldn't help herself. You're so silly. But I still made you smile. I would consider that a success. I just wonder, how are you able to make Lady Constance act so obediently? I suppose I have more practice. I've known her since she was even smaller than a bag of flour. I think she would bully me all the same, even if I had known her long as you. I think that's a fair assessment. You are quite fun to tease. What? Taohua smiled and tugged at the end of Lorena's ponytail. Whoa. Nothing. Pay it no heed. Get your hands off me then. And that is precisely your problem. What? You get too flustered. If you want people to obey you, you shouldn't cower or stammer or shy away. But neither should you make your anger too apparent. Anger only breeds more anger. I can't help being angry. Lady Constance is so cruel. Not just the vase, but what she did to Miss Aimee. I know. We have a good many things to be angry about, but it will get us nowhere. You said you hated Lady Constance. I do, but I don't let her know that. Not too openly. It's better to treat others with arch disdain, but not abject revulsion. Keep them guessing. Then, they won't know how to respond. That sounds awfully manipulative to me. All human interactions are about manipulation, my little Lori. Well, I don't think I could pull it off. If I get too worked up. I know. You're not very good at keeping your cool. But it's not a trait I dislike. It will make your life more difficult, but mine infinitely more entertaining. Wait. What do you mean, entertaining? Taohua smiled sardonically and ruffled the top of Lorina's head. Isn't this the first time Taohua's ever touched Lorina? Well, besides the cut on her hand, but that was with intention. Right now, she has no reason to be touching Lorina. You will have to solve that problem on your own. Lorina was attempting to write a letter. The key word being attempting, because she had advanced no further than the first two words. Dear Mother. It was a start, she supposed, but what came next? What could she say? She wanted to write about Taohua, but the words wouldn't come. She had no words to describe her. Come on, Lorina. She castigated herself. Think, think, think. But she couldn't think. And thinking became all the harder when... Lorina, did you hear? Did you hear? Ah! Lorina jumped. A round ball of black ink fell from the end of her quill and landed on her writing paper. She glanced at the paper, which was now ruined, then back up at Lottie. Down to the paper, then back up at Lottie. Well, so much for that. Lorina clicked her tongue against the roof of her mouth. Then with a small sigh, she crumpled the now useless piece of paper up in her right hand and tossed it to one side. I'm sure it couldn't have been that much. She didn't see where it landed, and neither did she care. Writing paper was expensive, yes, and it pained Lorina to waste money. But what could she do? She could hardly scrape the stray ink off the page and start again. The damage was already done. Just write around it. Oh, I apologize. I'm not in your way, am I? No, don't worry. It's all right. Lorina raised her head, forcing a smile. What did you want to tell me, Lysolot? I heard a very interesting rumor. What? Lottie tapped a finger against her lower lip. I heard it from Ada, who heard it from James, who heard it from Ewan, who heard it from Bessie, who heard it from... Can you get to the point already? Lorna had been in Bly for 4 months, but she still had trouble keeping track of all the people Lady Leonard employed. Bly was a relatively small estate. It's only been 4 months? Girl, I feel like it could have been 6 months at minimum. In Hartwell, Lorena had shared her attic bedroom with no less than 11 maids like herself. Well, what I wanted to say was, it appears Miss Aime has left. Oh yes, I already heard. But Lorena had not heard it through a convoluted game of Chinese whispers, from a footman to a chambermaid to the tea boy. She had been there in person, and had seen the events unfold before her own 2 eyes. Not that Lorena had any intention of telling Lottie that. If the other maids knew, she'd become a subject of gossip herself. More so than she was already. Ah, so it seems it is true. Lottie sighed. She looked dejected. And I was hoping it was just a rumor. I quite liked Miss Aime. It's a pity Lady Constance didn't. Lady Constance does not like any of her governesses. In fact, it is worse than that. Lady Constance does not like anyone. Lorena blinked. Lottie was such an unfailingly cheery girl. It was strange to hear her speak ill of another, even if that other was Lady Constance, whom everyone disliked. Even the footmen, the chambermaids, and the tea boy. Did you have a run-in with Lady Constance today? Indeed. She tripped me as I was walking down a hall, and I bumped my head. She did not even apologize. Lottie's lower lip trembled. She brushed her blonde fringe aside, showing Lorena a small, egg-shaped lump on her forehead. That sounds like Lady Constance, all right. Oh, but it is such a pity. Miss Aime was so nice. She always stopped to talk to me in the hallways, unlike Miss Lillian. In comparison, Miss Lillian was so austere. Exactly. She didn't even look at us servants. She was so haughty. Well, she was the daughter of a gentleman. Yes, but she had such airs and graces when she was a servant just like us. Miss Aime was nothing like that. That's probably why she didn't last. Indeed. Lady Constance can be so very frightful. I would be afraid for my life if I had to wait on her every other day. Lottie smoothed her fringe down, hiding the ugly bump, and let her arm fall to her side. But, oh, it is such a pity. Miss Aime did not deserve to go. Indeed, it is a pity. Lorena's shoulders tensed. Pauline. Hello, Lorena. Lottie. Pauline entered the servants' quarters, closing the door behind her with a thud far louder than necessary, and gave the pair of girls an amused grin. I see you're also gossiping about Miss Aime's untimely departure. Lottie, who was incapable of seeing the bad in anyone, except it appeared Lady Constance, nodded eagerly. Oh, that is right. It is so unfair. I feel bad for the poor woman. My heart bleeds. Like hell it did. But I am sure Lady Leonard will find a replacement soon enough. She always does, despite Lady Constance's reputation. There are a lot of women desperate to make money out there, who will do anything for a few coins. Pauline shot a sidelong look at Lorena. Her lips curved into a thin smile. Isn't that right, Lorena? Oh, but it is quite heartbreaking. Why should an honest, hard-working woman like Miss Aime be driven away from her place of employment? Lorena turned her head. She knew what was coming next. When a girl of ill repute such as yourself is still allowed to work here. All right, Pauline. The 24th of April, Sunday. Hey! That's literally tomorrow. Today's the 23rd of April. Alright, and I'm gonna leave that episode right there. Pretty, I don't know, pretty on par for Constance. The moment it talked about her going to touch the vase, I just knew she was gonna try to blame that on us somehow. But, yeah, I think Lorena knows deep in the back of her mind what she wishes, Taohua would say, her reasoning, you know? She wishes Taohua would say she's doing these things for Lorena, not just to do her job, you know? Thank you so much for watching, if you made it this far. And, like always, see you in the next one. Bye!